Welcome back to Wordfully Yours, where I talk about books and you watch me talk about books. Uh, I have a confession. A very long time ago, I put a book on my TBR list, and it has been there so long, I completely forget why I put it on my TBR list. Um, it has been literally years since this has been on there. Um, yeah. So it's called Anoka, a collection of indigenous horror. Yeah, I'm not really sure how it got on my TBR list. I think I was looking for books on the Wendigo, and it must have fallen in with it, and I put it on there. Anyway, yeah. As the name suggests, it's a list of short stories. It was published in 2020 by this guy named Shane Hawk. The description says that it is a collection of indigenous horror. I'm guessing I picked it up because I assumed it had something to do with uh, folklore and traditional stories told by Native peoples. It does not. It really does not. Yeah, I'm not really sure how this came up on my list. There's really nothing there's really nothing special about it. It's a set of short stories. Yes. It they're pretty they're pretty standard. Uh, they're not great and they're not terrible. I'm not sure how much I paid for it. I couldn't have been that much. It's like the first story starts off. There's a book that's has is very special. It's magical, very much like the Necronomicon. Um, Except it does this magic thing where when somebody looks at it, they see a regular novel. Like in the story, it actually specifically says that when other people look at it, it looks like the novel Infinite Jest, which I've never read. That's another book that's also been on my TBR list forever. Um, but it can summon demons, and yeah, it really felt very amateurish. Yeah, it is very much in the passive voice. Uh, and the second story, he gets more a little more about what it's his experience in being indigenous, and that he gets into fights with racists. He talks about fry bread and or makes references to a native woman. Um, yeah, kind of. In the third story, um, the third story is a little better. It's in uh, I guess it's European Scandinavian folklore. There's something called a changeling. It's where an elf comes and steals your baby and replaces the baby with one of their own. um, it's called a changeling, and the third story, it's kind of cool. Um, it involves there's father who reads his kid a bedtime story, and his kid, of course, tells him to look under the bed for monsters, which he does that. It kind of humors him. He looks under the bed. He looks under there, and he finds um, a being, a person who looks just like his kid. That was cool. It was all right, but I guess the main thing is that it's not. It doesn't really have anything. Even that had nothing to do with Native American folklore. That was actually taken from Scandinavian folklore. Um, closest story that ever came to it was the very last one. Um, It's called Transfigured. It took place on Halloween, and it referenced a Wendigo, but it didn't actually show what it was or go too much into it. The whole collection of short stories. I mean, I'm not mad that I read it, but I'm not happy that I read it either. It's like I was saying before. I'm not really sure how it got on my TBR list, and I, mm, I really wish I could have read something else. Um, yeah, what can I say? But I read it, so I'm doing a review on it. So there it is. I give this book a 5 out of 10. I'm not even sure what quirky thing of 5 out of 10 was to give it, because there's just not enough there to really do anything with. I mean, if somebody gives it to you, go ahead and read it. If you see it full price, watch something else. Thank you for watching. Please stop by the gift store on the way out. Buy one of my books. Links in the thingy. If you buy me a book, Amazon wish list is down at the bottom. If you buy me a book, I will read it and I will do a review on it, and I will say thank you, because you'll be the best person ever. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Here is a picture of my cat. Bye.
Happened.